Hello, beautiful souls. Okay. I want to talk just a tiny little bit, just a really quick video on the energy that we are feeling right now. I cannot tell you how many people that I have had telling me how intense just the commotion of energy is in the mind sphere right now. So almost a difficulty keeping focused on tasks that are hand, almost overwhelm of too many thoughts coming into the mind. Therefore, it's as if, what do I focus on? And it starts to feel very squirrely, as if you're moving to one thing and then you feel yourself now thinking about another. And it's as if there's an overwhelm of too much to do or too much to think about, and where does one put one's thoughts, because they all actually feel quite important, and there are such powerful energies that are hitting us right now. So I just wanted to acknowledge to each and every one of you that if you are feeling kind of almost as if your multitasking meter is broken. So I did actually have a beautiful soul share that exact phrase with me, and I loved it. So I'm going to borrow that phrase. The multitasking meter just isn't working. So it's almost as if, I will just say, even for myself, there are times where I will be thinking something and then going to do it. In the moment, like I either pick up the phone to do the email or pick up something to do the next task, I will be like, oh my God, what was I just about to do? And it will be as if I have to sift through everything that my mind is trying to process right now. So it's kind of like just a pile up of energy, thoughts, and just things going through the mental plane. And I want to just expand that it's not just our thoughts in the mental plane, but it's a quickening of energy and how our neural processors can process these higher light frequencies, sound tones, and vibrations. As the solar rays are increasing their vibration, it's a matter of having our body be able to acclimate in order to be able to process larger data streams of energy. So there are moments where the pulses get a little stronger, and then we realize, okay, I was starting to handle what was coming through. Now, I feel another wave of growth, expansion, ability to actually process even more data. So think of it as zip files of energy coming in, and our best gift is not to sit and try to open every zip file and deal with it in the moment, but more importantly, how do we be present in the now and allow ourselves to just fully and completely allow it to flow, know that it's entering into our Akashic fields, into our DNA records, it's accessible to us, but that we don't need to deal with it all at once. We don't need to make ourselves panicked and having to deal with it all at once. Instead, it's like, okay, here it is, great. And you're still being the director of your energy, your time, and your focus, and allowing yourself to just say, hey, great, I have all of this that I am going to focus on. One of my favorite tools is a whiteboard or sticky notes, anything to be able to just jot the things down really quickly that come in, let them get out of the head, and then move on. So one can stay completely centered and focused on the task at hand. And then when the time is right, you will feel yourself pulled to the next task. So as that happens, I just want to say happy March. We're in the thick of Pisces season. So we are just awakening into March 1st today. And honestly, the sun is shining today. It is phenomenally beautiful. Somehow the temperature just went up and it just feels like a beautiful spring day today. So I'm really enjoying that vibration. And today, our gene key moves out of 37 and moves into 63. So I wanted to actually talk a little bit about that very, very quickly. I think I've actually done a video on 63 before, but 63 is rooted in the earth of 64. So 63 and 64 are in our head center. So this is a place where we are all downloading data streams from the universe. So this is why this is really important. I want to talk about it. So 63 and 64 is actually in our head center, in our human design chart. It activates the gate 63 today in our sun sign, and Earth is rooted in 64. So they are holding each other like a magnetic polarity. 63 is the gate of doubt. So it's almost as if when information comes in, there's a feeling of wanting to stop it, slow it down, analyze it, really give it the scrutiny of the energy. It's a Pisces energy, obviously. So it's about really kind of going in and looking at what is really valuable, what is really truth within there. And when we actually allow ourselves to honor that energy, it's not about being vulnerable and letting everything just come through like, oh, okay, that's just what it was streaming through. But it's more that there is a discernment to it, and what the gift and the city of this entire gene keys is truth. And I know each and every one of you, just as myself, really hungers and resonates with the idea of truth, disclosure. We've had it with the lies. We've had it with the manipulation. We're watching it happen on the planet again with a whole new agenda that they're trying to manipulate and scare people with that is just BS. And so in this moment, we are just sitting here going like, enough. Quit trying to hoodwink us. Quit trying to like say narratives that really are false, and all of this fake news filming that gets done in order to try to manipulate the emotions of the masses. And so here we are with gate 63 activated. It has a doubt as its shadow in there, but think of that shadow as allowing one to actually look to the depth and find the truth. Now, it is rooted in the earth of 64, and 64 is the gate of confusion. But when we really kind of acknowledge the energy of confusion, that confusion is really just allowing everything to just be as it is, that we don't actually have to know everything. And when we allow that to come forward, the illumination is the gift within it, that we have illumination, the luminosity, that there's a arrogance in our human thinking that thinks that we need to know everything and that we should have every mystery and secret of the universe. And in truth, we do have access to it, but there isn't really a capacity for our human mind to truly grasp everything within all sacred geometries and numbers with our mental scape, because it's really the mind that has that arrogance of like, I need to know, I need to be on the in and have the end to every secret that's out there. Whereas in truth, it's the heart and the higher heart that just has a knowing. And this is the illumination. So we need to start rooting ourselves, especially now with these new vibrations and frequencies coming in, root ourselves in the illumination, in the luminosity, in the light. Feel the solar rays, the solar Rishi suns that are singing right to our heart and reinstating our divine blueprint right within us. We don't have to know every single detail of what's going on any more than you need to know that when you eat food, yeah, you digest it and it processes and your cells take it and they take the nutrients. And if you wanted to, you could go and study and study and study. But at the same time, there's just an absolute intelligence to the human body that's happening, that you know that when you eat, that the body is doing exactly what it needs to do with the nutrients that you intake, right? So we can at particular times go and learn the sacred sciences, learn what's happening with the sacred geometries and things. But when the influx of energy is coming this strongly, this is where we just need to be within a state of allowing the illumination of the infinite intelligence, that we know our body is infinitely intelligent, and that whether or not you tell it what to do with the food you eat, it's going to actually do what it intelligently knows is correct within divine right order. And that is what our planet is doing. That is what human and planetary consciousness is doing. That is what our solar system is doing. That is what the universe is doing. And we are the ones that need to get in alignment with it. So as we allow ourselves to be in the now and just flow with this energy, that this is just a really powerful expression that we get to be in. And the last thing I want to even just kind of bring up very quickly is that when you look at the astrological wheel right now, it is what I believe is called a stellium, which means that almost all of the planets are in one particular area within the chart, mainly within Aquarius and Pisces. So most of our planets of structure, such as Saturn, are in Aquarius. We still have Pluto, Venus, and Mars in Capricorn. So Pluto will be in Capricorn for a bit longer. So we do have that. It's the structure. It is that Capricornian energy, the patriarchal energy that is still in the transformational stages, right? And when we think of that, we can actually see most of the other planets are in the sign of Aquarius, which is Uranian energy, of lightning bolts, of our, first of all, I actually want to say that your Uranus energy and Aquarian energy holds so much vibration of our long-term memory. So memories from past lives, memories of our planetary memories, our galactic memories. So more of, think of your monad oversoul memories, more so than this lifetime. So it's what you might think of in the karmic wheel of cause and effect, that when we start to really feel the Uranus energy trying to break free, it's trying to break free from patterns that have potentially been cycling for lifetimes. And here we are again within an incarnate possibility of creating something new. And our job is to start getting to a place where we trust the luminosity of getting out of our comfort zone, because most humanity is just programmed on a deep level to be comfortable, that will tolerate things as long as it's comfortable. We might not be happy with all of it, but it's not uncomfortable enough to change. Well, Uranus comes through and helps us get to that place of uncomfortable enough to change it, which is actually truly a gift, because it's truly like the Kundalini wave of our soul. That is like a lightning bolt that moves us towards that which we are intending on an oversoul or even an avatar God level. And therefore we start to have the opportunity to ask ourselves, where do we want to go? Now, the amazing thing is then we got Neptune and we have Jupiter in the sign of Pisces now. So we're already pulling energy in towards moving towards transcending the veil. That we're in a time and a place where we really want to merge spirit into everything, merging spirit from the physical into the ethereal, into all of our energy bodies, through all the dimensional spectrums of our 15-dimensional time matrix. We want to begin to actually expand our consciousness to hold the awareness of the entirety of our energetic spectrums that we are. And so that means that we get to actually have the sanctity of honoring the material realm, because we realize it's all part of the whole and we need to honor every single layer of it. And so this is giving us the opportunity with the Neptunian energy, and with Jupiter in there, it's making this energy bigger. So our job is to make sure within this, because the downside or the flip side of this is, are we putting our head in the sand? Are we going off? Are you getting high? Are you drinking? Are you doing things to check out? Maybe binge watching Netflix? Are you doing things that is just saying, oh, I need a break and I need to check out and I don't want to deal with everything right now? And that whole idea of the Piscean Neptunian energy is about going through the veil, but sometimes it's about creating a veil within ourselves because we just want to check out. And this is where addiction can come in. This is where kind of locking ourselves into another bubble, another reality, in order to not deal with the one that we're dealing with, because we're maybe not wanting to see it. Maybe it's too painful. Maybe it's just overwhelming. So in that, we get to ask ourselves, because it's becoming even a bigger energy for us. So it's either a bigger energy that's pulling you from your soul that says, man, I am ready to know the truth. And no matter what it takes, even if it means my entire world is rearranged and changed, I'm going for it. I know that my mission, my life's purpose is here to merge spirit with the all, with the material, with everything. It's here to dissolve all of the illusion of this hologram and this particular AI matrix that we're in. And so we come here with this entire passion that it's like, no, I am here to actually find truth. The truth is universal. And therefore it's the dissolving of the veils of delusionment. And then the flip side of that is those who are going to cling harder and stronger onto the delusionment because it's just too overwhelming to deal with. So that is the energy that is going on. Sorry, probably talking really fast right now. I just wanted to get this message out just to say, if your thoughts and mind is just racing right now, remember, it's just data streams and packets of downloaded information. Dreams have been, oh my gosh, off the Richter scale, so wild, so intense, so lucid, so busy. So you may even be waking up feeling a little bit tired or as though your mind never even had a chance to rest all night. But just know that the more and more you just allow yourself to be in the luminosity, the illumination, to not need to know everything, but trust divine intelligence. And as you do, you realize you are a part of it. Therefore, you are always being divinely guided. So with so much love, happy March. I love you guys so much. And wherever you are, I share a little bit of this ray of sunshine with you. Thank you.